All right, boys, buckle up, baby. So we got some more of these crazy car payments and car obsession in general, okay? I'm at my homie's garage here. That's the caddy you guys always ask me about. And then in one of my videos, there's a Skyline behind me. There's a Porsche, but we got two Skylines. I'll bust those out a little bit later, kind of talk about these crazy car payments. But let's get started with some kookiness here. This car payment was nuts. This was sent in from Dom on Instagram. This one's beautiful. Watch this shit. So me having a $1,000 car payment because they wanted red interior. Classic. No, seriously, and this is just
also just a little car reveal. This is my 2022 Acura MDX. I love her. She's probably one of the nicest vehicles I've ever had. Again, hefty pay.
Okay, I want that to sink in real quick. $1,000 a month for this. Okay, when I hear $1,000 a month, I think of something like that. Or something of any of these cars you're seeing right now, which we will talk about later. Let's get through some of this first though. But this is nuts, and let's hear this lady out. Let's just give her a shot, all right? No judgment. People make mistakes.
But she's beautiful.
I'm gonna let her finish, but this person goes, some people are car enthusiasts. That's why they don't care about car payments. Okay, well that's fine. I understand that. I'm a car guy too. But let's listen to this lady's reasoning here.
And that was my final price that I financed, $74,837. And I had to do it over a 7-year period because the payments were so high. Yes, my payments were $1,029 for a 2022 Acura MDX. I only use this comment because there were so many like this that maybe it just doesn't understand how car buying is. You could 1000% go get a cheaper car and have cheaper car payments, but I wanted to break this down to everybody.
Okay, so it's like, I always say this joke where I go, if you're balling so hard, why do you have car payments? Most people say credit, they say bullshit like that. But that lady just said she literally cannot afford the car, so she had to finance for 70 months. I don't even know how long that is. What is it, 7 years, basically? That's insane. And all these cars you're seeing here, we're gonna talk about how much they cost and the car payments on them. But real quick, this is great. This was sent in by Dan Sparks, Patreon member, my main man Dan, the Bangkok Bandit. He goes, this one goes, did you know Christian Bale drives a 2003 Toyota Tacoma? Christian Bale, okay? And I get it, he can afford to drive an old school car. But this is something a lot of people don't think about with these expensive cars, these Porsches, and everybody loves these Skylines, and but it's just crazy to think that just an average car like that Acura we saw can cost $75,000. But this is perfect. If you are thinking about buying something like a Porsche or anything crazy, this was beautiful. This is from Sam Hyde. He's a bit out there, but I like the guy. This is what he has to say about owning Porsches and stuff.
What's the best trim?
You're buying a Porsche tomorrow?
I guess so.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it, Craig.
What are you, a millionaire?
I guess so.
Do not do that, man. The car, anything that you think you want, the car, jewelry, whatever, that's for people who when the way they think about that amount of money is the same way that you think about the cost of like food at KFC.
What should you be wary of when buying expensive cars? It's not worth it. The car I have is the GT3 RS, which by many people's opinions is like the pinnacle of sports cars. And I recently took a Hyundai Elantra Uber, and I barely noticed the difference. And that's a real fact. So if you're thinking about buying a G-Wagon, you should just make sure that it's like not even 5% of your net worth. I'm so f***ed up that I have to have cars. I'm going to cripple myself to buy many more of them. Just get a Hyundai Elantra. You'll have to explain less to your friends. You'll get less from your friends about it. Make sure you're not spending 5% or more of your net worth on it. You really don't want to do that. That's a really bad move.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what he just said, okay? So this car here, that cost me 10 grand, okay? 14 grand over 4 years of owning it, all right? Red interior, the works. And plus with vintage cars, like old school, you get really cheap insurance. I mean, dirt cheap. Compared to a car like this, or any of the cars in my friend's collection, which he does have that problem. He has that itch. He loves cars, and I get it. I love cars too, but I'm not working on the same bracket as this guy, right? And I'm not gonna say what he does for a living, all this stuff, but let's just say all these cars you see, 0 payments, because he can afford it. Most of us will never be able to sit here, this is on his property, have a big garage like this, just filled with vehicles. Yeah, take a hit, okay? You're in dream world. Anyways, here's another comment from somebody from a previous car video. He goes, Jack, you were great, and you're like a friend I don't actually have in real life. Oh, that's cool. He goes, I have 6 cars, yeah, too many, but no car payments ever. I fix and maintain them myself. Insurance for all of them is only like $120 a month. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see if he has vintage cars, because that would make sense. Because if you're going to put insurance on a Porsche like this, forget it, dude. Insane, astronomical prices. He goes, he goes, when I see an expensive car, I see an idiot with too much debt and no money. Yeah, and that's what like a lot of people don't get. You see a lot of these nice Benzes and Beamers and all these finance cars, but they're spending a lot of their money. I don't care if you make 10 grand a month. If you have a $1,000 car payment, that's a tenth of your income. That's a big deal. And I'm gonna say it again, if you're balling so hard, just wait it out and buy the fucker outright. Am I tripping? Anyways, this guy goes, I think too many people get sucked into the car payment because it's normal. This is actually beautifully put because it's happened to me and it's happened to a lot of people. These next clips you're gonna watch here are from a live stream that I do every Sunday night, but this is perfect example of a couple people who get sucked into car payments. We're financing everything out here.
It's terrible, and it's to the point where people are so used to it. They're like, oh, you know, my car note's only, you know, 600, and I'm just like, dude, and people paying $700 for some shit with some cloth interior. I'm like, what? No spoiler, no rims, like,
No wood grain, nothing.
nothing.
Like, so it's like, you know, but my car note is $750, man.
Typical.
At the age of 21, my insurance is $370.
You gotta love it.
You know, me getting scammed, you know, with the car that I got the note on. Now I know everything about credit, you know.
And I completely agree with it's hilarious because when you hear these astronomical car prices, dude, you're talking about basic ass cars. That's the funniest part. It's nothing even crazy like what we're seeing here. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna get nerdy for you, you know, you car nerds out there. I'll have my boy spit some, you know, engine stuff and all that. Well, let's get through this here. It goes, it's not just the car payments that'll kill you. They should be asking how much the insurance is. Yeah. He goes, American has had a $600 a month car payment plus $125 insurance. That's $725 a month. It's crazy. And I don't care if you make $8 grand a month. If your car payment is $700, you're an idiot. And I'm guilty of having a car payment. My highest car payment is on this car right here, Ford Fusion, okay? Old reliable. And that was $280. I paid it off early, $280 a month. That's like a joke compared to these. This person goes, there's something beautiful about owning the same car for 7+ years. It's a wonderful thing. I've had this Ford Fusion here for 7 years, okay? And I'm gonna have it for 10 years, okay? It needs some work. I just got in a car accident recently. Big deal. Change the bumper. What's that gonna cost me? $800, $1,000? Big whoop. You know, but that's the thing. People have a car for 3-4 years. They trade it in. They go upside down. Payment goes higher. It's like, it's become normal. And honestly, it's kind of laughable. It really is. But this guy here in the live stream had an excellent point. He works for a car dealer, but this one was great.
So I work for the third largest automotive conglomerate.
Okay.
My whole career, and our generation in cars, actually all generations in cars, is a topic I like to talk about.
Lay it on me.
So when you see people who are driving the European luxury, now everyone has different incomes, but when you buy that car, the amount it depreciates in the first 20,000 miles is astounding. compared to say a Honda or Toyota. If you bought a Honda Accord in 2020 and you traded it in 2023 with 30,000 miles, you actually made $2,000.
Oh, wow.
If you took that same, to relate to an Accord, say you bought a C-Class, same model, same
You talk
time.
about a Mercedes?
Correct. You would have potentially lost about $12,000. So you've got a $14,000 swing in vehicle equity. And the amount of people that just don't understand that is, it's really sad.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm guilty of a lot of this stuff, right? Like, I've had car payments. I get it. I have 2 cars. I understand, you know? And hold on. Now, I totally get this fascination with the red leather. I get it. And let me tell you something. Most of you can't handle the red leather. You think you can handle this shit? Leather on leather? Yeah, you probably can. But this is something to think about, okay? You see all these nice cars, Porsches, Skylines, these Corvettes, the Benzes. God, everyone loves the Benz. Don't forget about the Beamer. I had a stupid joke back in the day. I used to go, chicks loved my Beamer. I'm just kidding. That's a nickname for my wiener. It was dumb. I was young, naive. But this is something to think about if you are a car guy or a young kid who wants a car. Think about going classic. Because a couple of these cars you're seeing in these videos here, like both of these Skylines, those are vintage. Those are old. They're over 20 years old. So you can get special insurance where it costs you $50 a month, if that. You know, for this car right here, it's a 1985 Cadillac Eldorado. Doesn't run right now, but it looks great though. But, you know, my insurance on this every month is $50. You got to pay it a year ahead, you know, a whole year up. But, dude, $50 a month. And this is how I can drive around and like what I'm driving. Not that I don't love the Ford, but that's all reliable, right? Look at Christian Bale driving a Toyota Tacoma. And now you see people driving Toyota Tacomas, these new ones, with $700, $600, $500 car payments. It's like you're smoking crack. You're nuts. You're out of your skull. I mean, I guess you could live in it. But this is just something I think about here. And, you know, the reality of these nice cars and these fancy cars, and something people don't really think about, is to own a lot of these cool-ass cars, you gotta have another car, a daily driver, something that's dependable. But, like, what do people who want one of these, want something like this type of car, what do you think they're gonna need to know about it? Like,
They're gonna need to know that it can't be their only car.
okay.
They need to know about cars and how engines work and all that stuff, because you're gonna have issues with them. They're like 30 years old now.
Yeah, true.
So you probably don't want to bring your girlfriend in it because she doesn't care about it as much as you do.
Your girlfriend does not care.
No. Well,
So basically, to have this, you need 2 cars.
yeah. I would never just own that. No.
No.
Unless I have somebody with a tow truck right behind me at all times.
Here, keep it rolling. Come over here real quick. Like, when I got this car, this was like my dream car here. I realized, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to keep this other car. Like, there's no possible way. There's no way. So, it is what it is. And anyways, I'm going to leave you guys off on some geeky shit here with these cars. I'll let my boy take the wheel. So, level with me. How much does this car run?
Over 200 grand.
200,000? Holy shit. Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks. How much does something like this run you?
Right now? I mean, if you got a stock one that's running good, probably 40 to 60 grand, depending on the actual model of it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, there's different, like, there's
But what,
specs and
but what year is this one?
it's a 1990. This one's a 1990.
1990? Cool. Very nice.
I'm doing the whole nut and bolt restoration, getting the rust done. I'm trying to make it look like it came out of the factory.
Because right now you got the hover version here.
Yeah, I know.
Is that the engine?
That's the engine. Yeah.
All right, so for the... No, that's all anybody cares about. So, hey, E, what are we running here? What is something like this running?
So without giving you details about the car, this car right here would sell probably for I'd say 80 to 100 right now in this market.
100,000?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Most people are buying them for mid 200s right now.
200,000?
Yeah. But the
250K?
MSRP on these brand new is around, 170 to 220. But they mark them up at the dealers because everybody wants them and they're kind of rare. So.
Okay. So what are we cooking over here? What are we running price-wise on this?
This one, probably 55,000.
55,000.
Yep.
So we got 55. We got about 300K right here. Plus another 100K. So we got about 450 grand right here.
Yeah. Pretty close, yeah.
That's pretty chill. That's pretty chill. All right, so for all like the real car geeks, let's just while you got this popped open.
So this is an RB26. It has a 2.9 liter stroker, kind of like the other one. It has a big turbo. It's a 6870 precision turbo. Needs a little tuning still, so that's why I kind of idled weird. It's got all the muskets and guskets and
Indian gasket baskets. Yeah, it's got all that.
Sequential transmission. Which is like, you pull back, it goes up, you push forward, it goes down. So that's like a big key to this car, because when you have a lot of power like this.
So is this normal?
No, I mean, it's a work in progress right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I still need to get it tuned. It runs, but it's not like great right now. But,
now, what's the real question here? What's something like this run you?
this, how it is right now, if you've got this perfectly running, as it sits right now, close to 100 or more, depending on the specific R33 it is.
Holy shit. Having all these cars, first of all, do you ever just line them up like this?
No,
You never do
that's the
this.
first time I've ever done it.
Okay, so out of all these cars that you have, that's your daily driver.
Yeah.
All reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, because I'm always blown away. How much do these trucks run nowadays?
Like 70 to like 100, depending on the trim you get. They're a lot. It's basically like you can get most luxury cars for what you can get for those trucks now. But a lot of people use those trucks as like tax write-offs.
Ah,
for the
okay.
businesses and stuff,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. I'm gonna be. Yo, let me get you real quick. I'll get a capture of you. Yeah.
Johnny?
Shout out, Kirk Johnny. Oh, dude, this is awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate this. All of you GTR 1747 geeks. But last thing too, I was going to tell you the car payments my friend had on all these cars. It's 0. He owns them outright. Because he's responsible. He doesn't like flaunt his. He's letting me do this, but he's not somebody who drives these every day. He drives a truck on a daily basis. He just loves cars. And he could work on them himself. That's why he built this garage and all this stuff, so he could fix them. But he told me he buys these certain cars because he wants to be able, if he wants to get rid of them, he wants to get his money back or make a little money. Anyways, shout out to all my Patreon members. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Much love. Everybody crazy. I'm about to go do some donuts in the parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? Yay. And don't forget, if you're watching this on Sunday, live stream 6 p.m. Anybody's allowed to jump on. It's a good time. And, yeah, God, solid talk. Unreal.